Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode at this point podcast with your boy Javi. Ciao. You already know. Talk to me. Talk to me nice. Tell me how your week been. How's your weekend going? And what are you people getting into this Sunday? I mean, sorry, this weekend. My bad. Jumping days. Good old Friday. People, what's going on? I'm supposed to be on holiday, yes. Yeah. Go. How y'all see it? Pack y'all, no, pack your man up, first of all. You are in a whole new setting. We're in a different location. We had to swap our locations. I forgot how to get back call. So, we're in a whole different location. I used to feel like setting up and we could show and just couple days. You might have to you get a cameo. But don't be out there that be still up there. Up person to step up the process of the location. Actually, this is the original location. Let's start it all from. The original at this point podcast. Can y'all hear us? Yeah, we all started. Can y'all hear us? Little mic check right quick. Mic check right quick. You know, can y'all hear us? Yeah, so yeah. Okay. Little mic check, but we're our best to that. Now, this is good old Friday, and things is, what y'all been watching lately? Like, what has been giving y'all attention? What sort of entertainment, what sort of, sport headline been grabbing your attention? Make you sit back and think and kind of find out what's going on. What you like. I'll tell you what sort of grab my attention. Let me hear it. Well, start off with the LeBron game this year. He had a few teams that we all knew he was highly likely to go to. Oak State, uh, Miami Heat. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I think says I've been busy at 24 hours. Cape. So they will move and I could or people like that. I mean somebody like, oh, I didn't know it's good about up and down the ground please. I think CPR and first aid too. Oh, that's what's up. There you go. I used to go with like piano lessons, CPR, and first aid training, stuff going on. I was man, yeah, y'all man. It's like, wow. I got made the lease. I got made the lease this. They paid the food again. You take care of the but back to the broad topic of choice, aka Ron James Jr. His last destination was with the food environment and there you go, multi-county. So LeBron James chose to go. He chose to come to good old PA. All right, LeBron. Me and my brother sort of been bouncing the ball against the wall about that. He, bouncing the one way, I gave it around 31 to 76ers, got hit on the chest, got hit on B, knocked the old rival. Yes, you do. That's supposed to be the parent. Supposed to be the parent. They coach you a lot. Hey, kids, as they grow up progress and things they want to get interested in food, you know, you want to keep your lifestyle and growing and everything like that. You know, not a spending a lot of money for that expensive program. Then learning something to do. Absolutely. So yeah. So it sounds like static. You sound better when I talk like this. So sound better without the mic. You sound better with the mic or without? I'll slow a little something. Yeah, without. Okay. So I figured. Yeah. It was like we're not in a tight space. Okay. So the LeBron James decision, I always knew that some sort of for some sort of reason. Sounds like you got a plan on or something though. Yeah, we do. Yeah, they the license. The biggest space. Definitely better without the mic. All right, cool. Yeah, but for LeBron's decision, LeBron James, I knew going to go to San Francisco because there's too much upside for him. You know what I mean? I never really seen him thinking and contemplating on going to the Sixers. I can see how you got Embiid stay hurt. You got the young boy Maxey. You got Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown and Maxey is the main reason why I feel like he made that decision to go there. They're young. They don't really get injured, and they only need LeBron to come in. So that's why I'm like, okay, yeah, it might be a good move there, but I don't know. I thought he was gonna go to Cleveland and call it it. But see, like when you get to a certain point in your life, it always comes down to like fit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I just gave you two major reasons. That point guard and that shooting guard is the best he's gonna get right now at this point in his career. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm going to say that your point of that is valid because he does have a strong high point to it or so on his decisions, you know what I mean? And it gives him a better way to go out more bang than him. He's like, you want to work with Cleveland, right? Because they got some potential, but it wouldn't work in Cleveland because they got James Harden. I mean, James Harden, he's a proven star in his life. Yeah, he is. But he's not a proven superstar. I think he's a superstar. Hold on. Okay. I don't think James Harden is a proven superstar. And I don't know come out so he can fully learn his thought on that. I'll just give my. I don't think James Harden superstar, in my opinion. To me, I thought he's a superstar. He's sort of like barely forcing into the superstar realm. Not, you know what I mean, on a high level of not on a high level as well, he is on a high level as a star, but not a superstar. Uh-huh. He, I just have to, I just think for a second. James Harden. Mm-hmm. He's been to the finals. He's been to the playoffs. He's not like. But he's in the finals in his young, right? Yeah. When he had a juggernaut, probably a juggernaut of some sort. You don't understand, right?
Like he probably at that point, because he was very young coming into the league, he didn't know how much of an impact he was going to have on the league or his team, or much of an important role as a star he was going to be down the
He
road.
was on the same thing with KD.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like they're all young. It was like, you know what I mean? It was highly potential.
And believe he informed the Lakers that they was coming back.
James Harden, when he started peaking at his beginning of his sort of all-star career, you saw the high potential.
Okay.
You seen the high potential. If all three of them sort of went their own way. By the way, Kevin Durant played, you just anomaly. Same thing with Westbrook, anomaly. You know, like high energy, to move the offense, a tenacious defender. You just see him. You know what I mean? The hunger. James Harden did too, but you also see once he got to the on the slide for a few years, the ethic showed promise, but the finished product of the effort and determination lacked energy. So to me, that's why I be like, when it comes to James Harden, I look at him really crossing the level to superstar because KD, even if KD,
didn't James Harden win an MVP? I feel like he won an MVP.
No, I think he won 6 more years, but let's find out. He might have. Let's see. Did James Harden win the MVP?
I think he won an MVP.
Yes, he did. 2007.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yes, sir. That man's a superstar. You don't win the MVP and not be a superstar, sir.
I ain't saying
he might not be a franchise cornerstone, like set piece.
To me, I don't know. Like I was thinking along the phone. I went to it.
Like,
what gives you? What's your opinion on superstar? What's your definition?
But you have, in order to get an MVP, my man, you have to be a superstar. That man can score. He can lead the team. His defensive prowess is there. Nobody really defends anymore. But he's gonna get you to the. He's gonna get you to where you need to be. He just can't take you over the hump himself. Like, he can get you to the playoffs, run it up. But to close that door, nah, it ain't gonna be him. We need somebody else. So that's why I can also see why Bron didn't go back to Cleveland, because he's only him and Donovan Mitchell. They just blessed Donovan Mitchell with that bag. So Brown ain't doing it for no money. I mean, can't nobody say that like, oh nah, he doing it for no. You
need it. What do you do for some? Yeah, so all we do. I mean, of course, the money have some sort of aspect with it, but you know what I mean, just to make it feel like
for $8 million, man, you gonna leave Los Angeles for $8 million to come to Philadelphia? No.
I mean, the money's not really the buffer of
his motivation.
His motivation or trying to build money. Something just to say, all right, this, you know what I mean, this goes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not the final reason or the biggest reason. Like, no. This is the, I put the icing on the cherry on top of the cake. So I'd be like, okay, I can fit here. So all over good. Because, you know, even when, like, NBA stars, you know, when they do these big occasion contracts, you know, a lot of times, you know, once they get all that money and they start getting the lump sum, they don't get what I want. You know, I mean, they get paid annually or monthly, monthly. You know,
niggas after every game they get a check. They get a game check.
Yeah, it's like every 2 weeks. So like it depends on how the way they pay out is. You know what I mean? So they might get their first check on the first and the next one on the 15th. You know what I mean? Then it's like, okay, well, within them two, right? You gotta think about the type of like $50. Say this player got $10 million deal, right?
Yeah, you're right. It says NBA players receive their salaries twice a month, 1st and 15th, choosing to spread payments over either 6 or 12 months, while facing deductions like extra taxes and agencies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I said one time I said was listening. I think what's it? What's the broad Adrian name again?
Yeah, who
Uh,
Rich Porter.
Yeah,
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul. He was breaking it down like like a lot of he break down like a lot of people. You know what I mean? Oh, you pick a quick goal, you want to get that channel. So you go at you got 50 minutes to get this out.
Alright.
So what happens is what they be doing is when
Last goal is up, people.
when they get paid on the first 15,
Right.
you know what I mean, within the 12-month period of them constantly getting them paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got to pay, you have to get the agent.
Mm-hmm.
Then for all that even happens,
I'm saying I get hit.
So say again like 300 and some thousand on the first certificate, right?
Mm-hmm.
As the tax is going to pay about almost mid 50s. You know what I mean? So, all right, so I leave them with what? Like 200 some thousand? Close to about 50,000. So let's say now, okay, now they got 200 some thousand to 15, right? So probably in that payment, okay.
Well, now, that's a lot of money for 14 days.
Yeah, right. But you gotta think about it. It is a two thing is, it's a lot when we looking at it, but it still breaks down when you're in that type of lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So like now at that level, that rich level, you got to watch how fast that to think about. Say, I don't know, say you have a lifestyle that is equivalent to about 1.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the house, the agent, maintenance of your house, things you buy for your house, the kids, that position. We even talking about people may have on the side.
Right.
And shit like that. You know what I mean? That's when $20,000, you spend like butter, but by the end of the month, you only have like 60,000 to yourself. So it's like,
they always got their little investment, endorsement money and all that.
yeah, we kind of just leave that to the side. Then now, by the time 50 come, now you got the endorsement money. You're still balling crazy.
No.
A lot.
Jeff T was breaking it down to be hitting him on Club 520. He was like, yo, man, listen, as a rookie, he said after taxes and everything, he was playing like, I think, 88 down. He said he looked at Joe Johnson's stuff. He said Joe Johnson was playing after everything, taxes, all that shit was like 2 point something mil. He was like, this is when he was just a rookie. So he's like, yeah, once he got older though and got in there, it was on.
But yeah, I sort of knew on the ball gonna go there. Yeah, I could just tell you, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like you just sit back and look at his eye.
Miami was definitely a no go because him and Pat Riley, after Pat Riley did that shit with his cookies on the plane, Wade said once Pat Riley did that, he automatically knew it was done. Ron was leaving.
Yeah, because like LeBron, let's be real, LeBron, if he comes to a franchise, right, even at this point, he's a mega draw.
Yes.
People gonna want to come see LeBron. He's still in phenomenal shape.
He is. That's crazy. We have never in the history of sports seen anybody this specimen. And no matter how long we've been watching, we have never seen a specimen like this. No. This man barely get injured.
He's one of the most phenomenal position athletes.
I had that type of condition.
But see, it all starts with dedication. Like he's very dedicated
to
keeping his body, so dudes like
spend a meal on his body.
It's not just the money. about his whole process.
It's the what he's spending the meal on to do to his body.
That and plus, like,
Biogenetics and all that. And Ron is on some next level thing.
you ever said one thing, dudes like that that are like mega millions for their physical, because their body and their physical attributes of their body and ability is a asset,
Yeah, sure.
you know, and long as that is a high valuable asset,
Mm-hmm.
dudes like him, they really touch you for a living. Yeah, he ain't got some red wine.
If you drinking wine, LeBron smoking the shit out some cigars.
Yeah, but that's not really much crazy. But
Cigars? Cigars are harsh.
but he probably
That's
like
worse
all
than
season.
smoking a cigarette.
I do that. He can do that mainly in the off season. You know what I mean? Like, they like
Shit.
dudes like them. They nutrition.
Yeah,
They know how they function. What they have around them. It's heavy, controlled, not scrutinized, but you know what I mean. The measured.
Yeah.
You know,
You gotta share.
and make sure his shit is like on point. You know, and yeah, man, like it's definitely pivotal that keep his peak physicality and sharpness, leadership skills, you know, on point. So that's his milk.
No.
Without that, I mean, LeBron James would get another dude coming before he's gonna retire, and that's it. Don't be up there, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, LeBron, that's really trying to make it.
Oh no, you're doing good. Yeah.
So it's just so. But a big shout out to him to be at 40, 41 on 44,
Yeah. It's crazy.
and still playing on that type of level at the age, I mean, at the point of that age, that kind of life, especially in his career, that high top level, that's rough, man. That's a very high commitment,
Mm-hmm.
That's waking up early in the morning.
That's dedication to the core.
That's a full time pledge, man. Like that's a lifestyle a lot of people do to calculate because they don't. You know what I mean? Like some people have some good genetics. Some people have is blessed with some sort of good attributes. But to polish them and keep them sharp for a long period of time, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not easy. A lot of times, sometimes you gotta set new challenges for yourself. You know what I mean? Just to know that still I'm pushing, still going, still good. When you speak to somebody that loves going through something, I've been in like that feels like it's crazy, but it's right there. Yeah. But the dedication, like I always say, like you start to love what you do, going to the gym and all that, and just being in that sort of lifestyle, having it pay off for you. You start to feel fruitful,
Mm-hmm.
you start to feel it, you start to feel it and see it. That's when it really like, oh man, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be the thing. But yeah, what I mean? How about the surprise by the decision? I thought it was going to state.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't 76ers, but
They at the end.
yeah, they are. They are. They could have.
Steph at the end. Draymond at the end. Why would you go there?
I mean, only reason why I can see him going there.
You only go there. You only hoop with them in the summer.
I think the only reason why I can see him going to like a Golden State
Mm-hmm.
if he's going to they just going to go world tour.
Everybody done.
Yeah, like go try to type of nationwide tour, playing against everybody, showing up a little bit, then all right, let's ride up to the center. Yeah. I can see not sort of like
We should just sit there and just go join them. Let me tell you about your father, man. What recent preach. Let's hear it. First of all, you need to figure out how you gonna tell us how you was dying in slow motion.
yeah, I'm gonna have to pull it back up
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah,
What are you doing?
yeah, LeBron James, his decision was definitely surprise,
But surprising.
not so much.
Listen, slide back some more. So it won't just be straight on the screens. No, keep on back so we just see that.
I can't go back and forth before.
And we'll figure that out. I think Shams is the new, like, if Shams said it, then it's true. Like, he's the new, like, Adam Schefter. He's the Adam Schefter of basketball. You know, Schefter is the man when it comes to football. This man had the hospital call me. I'm thinking he had
Giants.
I thought she said Michael.
Yeah, the Giants.
Yeah. Hey, yo. That is wild.
But speaking of sports news, right? Let's bring up a clip.
I'm thinking he's losing his name. Oh. He just had a fever.
Yeah, that man's dramatic, man.
Yeah, that's wild crazy. Pull that clip up with Ryan Clark, man.
Yeah, and speaking of sports, sorry, Rob, we're gonna get into
like what happened to Ryan Clark, man? That's crazy. He fired this man mid-air is wow. Gotta bring it to the stage, people.
before we get
into I can't find him in this house.
like before I pull up the clip, we'll get into we'll listen to I'm gonna put my opinion on it for a second and let my man put his thing up for a second and you go.
I'm like, call his son, I'm tired.
Ryan Clark, it's pretty much his situation pretty much gives life and exemplify to, like just in general, that even though he's still gonna be good without it, that, but, he's pretty much he's very talented and he can make it the phone show. You don't got to answer a
Pivot podcast, shout out to the Pivot.
So probably, he's probably in the back of the scenes right now, finding out, how the way they're gonna move forward with it to take it to another level. So he's not
really beat. Plus he still he still call like games too.
Yeah, and they still, from my understanding, listen to some of the details, they still, they ain't stopped paying him, but they still owe him for the remaining of the contract. They're gonna pay that out.
Yeah, but I don't know what he said to make him get fired.
I don't think so much of anything of what he said. I think it's more of like and this going on across the nation. A lot of good companies are starting to cut out some of like some people that some of the older, people in certain positions that get paid more.
Yeah.
And instead of all right, well, what are you paying this person per se? What's the screen, right? And money. But instead of doing that, you could just break down this person, You know what I mean? Work tasks to like one other person. So that's it. And they just share that load and you pay them less.
You see, ESPN unloaded a lot of people.
Yeah.
Left ESPN.
Yeah.
Contracts was up. Contracts. Like they wasn't like some of them people wasn't like ESPN quality. They even brought back Skip.
And also Cam Newton.
Yeah.
So it just pretty much shows
I didn't know they got rid of Cam.
And yeah, he's one of the people they got like he's still a great talent.
Yeah, he got his whole 4th and 1.
Yeah,
shout out to Cam Newton, the 4th and 1 podcast.
But it just pretty much shows a more general point of don't ever get too complacent at a company that you think that you don't put time in and all that. Yeah. You think they just gonna owe you this loyalty the same way you give them the loyalty in time. Because any given day could be your time to get your work.
Nah, man. See, with ESPN, they like bootleggers. And they realize that these dudes ain't bootleggers. They know ESPN. Who owns it? Disney. Disney realized, like bootleggers, people know in a company who's gonna be a bootlegger and who ain't gonna lick their boot, do all that shit. They know which one of them. Molly Plum, they got rid of her. Jalen Rose. Look at all the dudes that they got rid of. They got rid of the people that wasn't gonna lick their boots. The ones that they did keep, the bootlickers.
But see, Molly Plum,
Stephen A, biggest bootlicker, man. I ain't the only one saying this. All them dudes that work with him said the same thing. He said, yo, in front of everybody else, he seemed like a cool dude. But once he started getting in front of them higher ups, oh man.
I mean, see, my thing is, I don't see it so much as like quote unquote bootlicker. It's more like, okay, well, let me look at my bottom line. My bottom line.
I can't stand Stephen A.
You know what I mean? Like, I ain't saying
he's a good sports journalist.
I ain't saying I'm a big Stephen A fan, but I just look at it. It's logical. No, it's just But like, just look at his bottom line. Like, yo, listen, at the end of the day, yeah, this one I have, this my community, this my people. But at the same time, I have an obligation of self-preservation.
Right.
So
I understand all that, but I'm gonna just say like this: Charles Barkley, prime example. That man gonna say what the fuck he want to say, how he want to say it, whenever he want to say it, and that's just that. And it's not like they're gonna tell him anything. I feel like sometimes Stephen A. He's in a position of power where he can stand up for a lot of these dudes, which he really don't go to bat for. Like with Shannon Sharp, man, you should have went to bat for Shannon Sharp. Like Ryan Clark situation, should have went to bat. All these dudes that's helping you along the way to become that $100 million man, you just ain't do this all by yourself.
Well, see,
like Skip put him in power. Because Stephen A has a little show, quite frankly, with Stephen A. Then before it became First Take, it was Cold Pizza. Then they went from Cold Pizza to First Take, and they had what was his name? Jay Anderson, something like that. It was him and Skip started bringing Stephen A on, and the rating, then he just made him a mainstay.
But see, I like to bring it back for a second. Interesting situational argument for a second.
Yeah.
About like how do you Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
So he was going through at that time. You should have that right? Now, this where it sort of gets a little this where the waters get a little muddy. And with the Shannon Sharp situation where it's like Shannon Sharp in some sort of way. If you say he did, we probably go back on it, but in some sort of way, Shannon Sharp definitely left his hand pretty much tied, one hand tied behind his back, trying to get the back one because Shannon Sharp was actually somewhat, in some ways, showing some of the, the wild behavior he was doing with this world, and she was posting it all, and putting their phone conversation, putting it out there, and it's like, how can I sit there, for instance, that's like, that's I met Johnny for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you like Chuck, man. Johnny was a solid dude. Go home, boy, me, I'm working for years. He got my back, I got his. I stand by him. You know what I mean? And you know what? Everything you stood by with him and for her for came to be true.
All right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't no force or it wasn't no, well, he said he did say that dude was for other for sure. He been the same type of person from the time I met him. Some guy was still to be fair. Same thing with Muhammad. Muhammad, Uncle
Oh, Marty.
Mark, yeah, same thing, Mark, right? But say, this is, you know, what I mean, I agree with what you guys did. But say, for instance, I use all in the regiment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say, me and you was like other type with high up. Like you sort of was when you were good.
Mm-hmm.
Say you didn't say you still it.
Mm-hmm.
Prime time, all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, high up here, see this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, and you like, you up at the office, you doing my part of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he got all this going on. I know it's feels bad.
It does. Like, I still go to the bathroom. I'm like, yo, listen, this shit does look bad. I'm not about to lie to you. But his overall work is what you cannot deny. I can't talk about his actions while he's not here. I'm talking about his actions while he's here. When he here,
Yeah.
he's solid. He does whatever you ask him. He does his job. Now his off the field issues, I can't speak for that. You know what I mean? But what I can tell you is, um, we shouldn't be too concerned with off the field issues because he can go ahead and handle that on his own. We just worry about what his image and likeness is right here, right now, in front of this company. Because a lot of people gonna have issues at their work because everybody was trying to bring you down. The higher you climb and the more notice you get, yeah, that's it. Everybody is trying to bring you down. Not everybody, but you can tell the people that don't want to see you doing good, they're gonna try and sneak in, play it cool, and they're gonna try to play their little snake mode. Get on out of here.
Usually the people that try to put you down be people that want to try to tell you and think they know what's best for you, and at the end of the day, wish your demise the most on you more than those that don't even know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those that don't even know you but see the potential, feel the vibration. You know, they're gonna, you know what I mean, want to be in the atmosphere and enjoy it, see you rise up. Those that a lot of time, most times, those that have been around you and know you for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and they probably got the same potential and they got the same profile you got. They just don't utilize it the way they should, like you do. They're always gonna be envious some sort of way. They just gonna want you to stay right where they always see you at. And it's not like they really mean it. They really want to do that. Because that sometimes, you know, some people can see past who you once was.
Right.
I guess that's all that I need to. Sweet. Sweet. And sorry, y'all, for being so long.
Little side note.
Little side note, but we finna pull in, you know, like the moment, time for, you know,
I ain't find my man mid air though.
from my understanding, how the way it went down was, my understanding how the way it went down was like, long story short, was he was on there doing his skit. He was talking to him.
Hide him through earpiece.
Through earpiece, they went commercial, come back from commercial.
That's wrong. Listening to shit.
Now, reason why I showed that clip, y'all, because that I believe that was the last clip or last segment of the moment we had for A5. That was which was crazy. Yeah, I believe that was. Yeah, that was.
I feel like he spoke about it.
Now, yeah, pull up. I'm gonna get some audio on it.
Let's see what he has to say about it.
1 second, y'all.
Don't worry about that. Nah, I wouldn't. Whatever. He said he loves talking. He loves talking. Like I said, maybe you know, on the dude, like you know who the bootleggers are, man.
And before we go further, right now they got Ryan Clark here breaking the
Ryan
shot.
Taylor, Shannon Crowder, Ryan Taylor. I mean Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark. Now Ryan Clark's gonna speak his piece. You know what I mean?
Let's hear it.
And break his silence on while he got fired. What's going on? Okay. So without further ado, let me resume.
Let's hear it. I deserve all rules. Pretty girl. playing, just playing. Sound playing.
Um, hold on, I gotta fix the sound. Right quick.
But people, y'all getting the gist what he's saying. Not only did they fire him, they fired a lot of people. And it's not the first time this happened with ESPN. They let go a lot of people too. And then they brought on Pat McAfee. You know what I mean? So they just probably moving forward or doing whatever. I don't think as a football analyst he was ever doing a bad job because he's a former player. Like those make the best analysts, not people that watch the game. Yeah, y'all understand it from the perspective of watching, but actually being out there and in the physical field with it. Nah, I'm gonna go with the players, the former players. You know what I mean?
Okay, we finna resume the meeting, well, the interview that Ryan Clark, he was breaking silence on him getting let go.
Yeah.
And this had to do some rerouting and little troubleshooting to fix the sound. Updated that our sound wasn't coming through clearly on all the platforms, but it's fixed right now. We'll see how
We'll see.
So should be good though. We're gonna resume from there and let him finish telling his story respectfully, and we'll hear it out. We're gonna have our thoughts outside it. We ain't gonna let it get too deep in or crazy because it's like 29 minutes. We're gonna get a good part out of it. Yeah, can understand. You hear it?
Maybe later on. Sometimes you watch a live, different. Shares his story. Yes, Ryan Clark sharing his story, people.
Ryan Clark, that insurance, so I'm just trying to fix the old 110%. sometimes, on these platforms, connected to the audio, it's going to be as transparent as they do. So, do a lot of mic check.
As y'all can see, man, it is like weighing on him a little bit.
Yeah, it's much. Every day.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, people. So basically, I hear what the man just said. He was too much of him for them to really get behind. It's just certain executives. He's just certain people. He was just too black. And that's crazy. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Brian Clark said this himself. I'm just saying what he just said. Just in case y'all didn't hear him, man said he was too black for some of the executives.
But he said he felt, he said he was, you know what I mean? Because they didn't tell him that. He just felt energy, you know what I mean, that was, around him. That they was, you know what I mean, looking at him like,
You too black, not black enough for BET. Just let me be.
you know what I mean? And don't know, but see, this is where, when people like having to write about like this.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of crisis we face on the daily within our community from not enough resources for proper education, depending on what sort of property line you get it drawn behind. Or a few of us may get that experience to get that type of education. And get them sort of resources. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it boils down to how hard the person that's, building you up and raising and stuff like that is working in what space to get you into the spaces. You know what I mean? Sometimes.
Yeah, if you don't know nobody, so if you don't really know nobody in a position to put you in a crazy position, your hard work is just hard working just to keep hard working. You gotta know them people in them spaces. You don't know nobody in none of them spaces.
Forget it. I say you fall to the wayside.
Yeah.
And
or you could just be working hard. Hard work and dedication. Hard work always pays off in the end. No matter how you cut it, which way you cut it. It always pays off.
That's definitely a true big general statement. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want something bad enough,
you're gonna keep going.
You're gonna strive the best way you could, the hardest you could, and the way you need to strive to get to what you want to get to. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, what you want doesn't always come to full intuition. When you want it to, or how you want it to, but always find a way to play yourself out, like you said, put in the hard work, dedication, you will see yourself through. You know what I mean? Anything that's easy to achieve right away or too easy, it probably never work. It's pretty much showing some kind of you aiming too low in the first place because you don't get hit. You know
But
what I mean?
then you could have just had the timing and everything was perfect right at that moment to have it.
So yeah, that could be true, but also, just to sort of scout at from my perspective on the other side of the thing, and this is just my opinion
Mhm.
on the other side of the microscope of looking at it from hindsight in another way. But a lot of times, we do get a lot of people from our community sometimes that get in prominent positions,
Mhm.
and become very polarizing, like figures,
Mhm.
like for a good case point example, we talked about earlier, LeBron James.
Mhm.
He's a very polarizing, figure for sports, especially
Mhm.
for black young men coming into sports.
Mhm.
He's a great role model, good example, a savant in the basketball world. Like, a lot of
Man,
accolades.
he's a black superhero. That's what he
In
is.
some ways, yes. In his own right, yes. In his own right, he
He's a
definitely.
black superhero.
But
Never heard nothing bad about him. You watch him raise his kids. You don't
yeah.
see them bugging. Like,
And I definitely give him the most up respect in a way, LeBron. And I said plenty of times before that. You know what I mean? Like he is one of the most rareest players to play the game
yeah,
and also be an entertainer outside of the game,
yeah.
carry endorsement deals outside the game with the game, elevate it, and
Man,
being
open the school.
yeah, and being a very much prominent father to all his kids. Like they look up to him, they revere him, one of his life. They support the
Yeah,
husband to his life, and he does a lot of great things. He's very much of a killer, in a big
yeah.
way. But sometimes where that becomes a problem at somewhat is
People want him to do more. They think he should do more than what he already doing.
no.
That's true.
I ain't saying it's not, but I'm saying like what I'm saying I want veering more back to Ryan Clark.
Yeah.
More like LeBron, he's more I'm going to show examples of what is possible, what you can do, no matter where you come from, even if you come from different community.
Yeah.
This week to wind up work hard, push yourself, ain't this, you know what I mean? Show up every day and
Mhm.
keep on working on getting better. This is the product you can put yourself get to at this point.
Mhm.
If you really want it like that. That's what I see when I see LeBron on the court, movies, or whatever. You know what I mean? This is for the most, this is the way to set an example, role for those that's coming in behind.
No, don't get it confused. That this man, Ryan Clark, my man, he worked hard for everything that
Oh
he.
no, no, yeah, yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
remember, he was drafted by the Giants. Sorry, they cut him. He went to the Redskins, right? Ryan Clark was playing good on the Redskins. Dick LeBeau and them told him, "Come on to the Steelers." Ryan Clark made his name on the Steelers.
yeah. Right.
But Ryan Clark was a dog. That man worked hard to get to where he at.
He
And he
definitely
wasn't no
did.
smut on his name.
Yeah.
You never heard nothing crazy about him during his college career. None of that.
But sometimes, see, this is the thing too, though. What I was sort of alluding to in a way that he definitely is a hardworking, role model figure. You know what I mean? Good pillar to his community as well too. You know what I mean? Don't take none of it. You know what I mean? He definitely is a stature and high accomplished athlete. You know what I mean? Possibly a great father and everything. You know what I mean? Good standard type of guy. Sometimes, where the road gets a little rough and it's hard for sometimes the people to actually understand that. You know what I mean? It's not just what some businesses don't want to see. Sometimes business is just business, and sometimes when it comes to that private public business, it's not personal.
Yeah, no,
You
no,
just
yeah.
can't be. You're just not going to be a part of this further movement to the
Oh,
next
yeah.
level. You know what I mean? And it's again, you may have some moments where some people had a funny eye with you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I wasn't there. Nobody can't sit there and say,
Yeah, they didn't feel that type of way that is wrong. But at the end of the day, you're right. It's never personal.
It's only
Business is business.
Yeah.
The moment you sign that contract, it's always business.
Yeah. And
Now, if they start violating the contract guideline, shit like that, now you can get it personal, shit like that. But 9 times out of 10, when you actually working for someone else, it is just business.
Yeah. And that's my thing though too, bro. Like, it may seem a little different, but sometimes, people, when some of our people, when they get into that sort of space and have a higher role as such, you know, what I mean, yeah, you may have somewhere in your work history in that company may have experienced some sort of racial resistance.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody cannot say you do not have. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times that's just how it be natural.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it's be that way. But a lot of times, some of the people when they get into a situation, lose a role, right? First thing, sometimes not everybody, not all, but some of them, you know what I mean, in between here and there. Oh my God, I got fired because it just was a racist decision, and it's like, no, that's not the case. It be business.
It be business on a certain level. Like, it always depends on the situation. Race plays, people don't believe it, but race plays a big factor in a lot of stuff. Big factor in a lot of decisions. Race will play a factor in it. This is actual fact. It's happening every day around us. We just don't really sit there and be like, oh, that's what we really focused on. Nah, we just trying to better ourselves.
Okay. You do. I mean, that is that's a way to look at it.
Prime example, you're black, you walk into the bank, they ain't gonna give you a loan. You're Hispanic or white, you walk in there, they trying to hear what you trying to say. You could be a prominent black businessman with your whole portfolio, everything, you're folding in, everything's right. All your numbers is crunched to this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, we think this is too much of a risk. A Hispanic or a white dude, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, so you want to take out like a 5-year loan and do this? Yeah, hell no.
I don't know. I can see a scenario that possibly, all right, that could like, all right, render a big amount of food. But also, I can see a scenario where it's highly different because a lot of times, like banks and stuff, credit unions and stuff like that, they mainly like giving like credit lines, particularly, and like credit or money loan people that really don't really need the money. It's just that it's nice for them to have it, so they don't spend their own money. You know what I mean?
Right. I know a Hispanic couple that just brought their fifth home. They ran them all out. Yeah.
And but also too,
and they don't even be having credit. The bank just knows. See, listen, that's another thing.
You ever heard red line?
Hold on, listen. Here's another thing. When the bank knows that you know the value of money, they're gonna see that you don't value that money. You understand? Like, we know that this $1 is a dollar. But somebody that's not from here, they see that $1, think it's $100. No, that's a Washington. That is what's the name? That's a Franklin. Okay, we can see that different. They can't see that different. So why wouldn't the bank be like, listen, if I can give this man this amount of money, I give him 100,000. You know what I'm gonna get out of that 100,000? I got him for 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. He gonna pay me back. These people gonna pay me back, but I'm gonna have to finagle some cuts in there. Like, they know. Yes. I know about gentrification. Yeah.
Yeah, because see,
that's what they did in California.
I mean, not just California. It's, you know, what I mean, I mean, that was done throughout the nation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, case in point, for example, I think that was how we doing a lot in like 70s, 80s,
60s. I think it's from 60s. So like, no, the 50s, 60s, 70s. Kind of stopped in the 80s because the drugs kind of came in.
No, they got hit. The government came in and cut that shit out. You know what I mean? That's how like a lot of like projects, affordable housing and stuff like that. That's how that those came about because you know they started cutting that red line because like you know here's the point story of Compton, all that came about. Yeah. You know.
Compton was at one point was all white at one point. Then they gentrified it because of the war and all that.
But they gentrified it because the government shut down the red line scam that was going on around there. White flight to the suburb. Yeah, because a lot of people moved out of Compton. Yeah. Government. So the government pretty much stopped the red line. It was like, come on. Y'all been getting it so long.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, and a lot of people was coming from the south.
Yeah, that. So they cut out.
Like Louisiana.
They ain't really cut it out, bro. They just they put like a little stop to it, which you know you know like different sort of housing development and stuff.
Yeah, like they shut down a lot of like.
So the thing is, we like that do be happening, but the main reason why I think it is is like uh, um some people prefer to live among their own group, or people that's supposed to buy their own group that they feel like they're relevant to.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So a lot of times, yeah, you know, you may see.
What would you rather live? Would you rather live with a bunch of black people? Would you rather live with a bunch of white people? Would you rather live with a bunch of Spanish people, or it all mixed in?
I mean, you know, yeah, I'll be fine with like sort of a boiling pot, but on more of a decent, you know what I mean, respectable level. Yeah, I could definitely do that. You know, I don't mind. To me, morally, it goes by like, you know what I mean, character, you know what I mean, because the character of the environment and the neighborhood I'm moving into is, you know, like everybody watch out for each other. We keep our neighborhood safe if we could. You know what I mean? Decent, clean, so, and all that. To me, I'm going with it. You know what I mean? Mix it all. How about you?
I mean, I would like being in the mix first, all that protecting the neighborhood, shit like that. No, I wouldn't want none of that because those be the people that be fucking up the neighborhood. Those be the people that be like, yeah, I was watching out for you. You know what I mean? Somebody tried to do this. Uh, Hell no. Those be the neighborhoods where they start eating people. Next thing, because look, you know, those be the neighborhoods where most of the serial killers live. Man.
I mean, yeah.
Be those neighborhoods where most of the serial killers live. You sitting there like, yeah, damn, I didn't even know that James down the block. Did we kill how many people? Next thing you know, they walking them out in the whole block looking. Hell no.
I mean,
living in a mixed environment is always cool.
You know, sometimes you will get a here and there, you know, craziness. You know what I mean? One sort
neighborhood watch, either one's breaking houses. Yeah.
Yeah, like you know, sometimes you will get your, you know what I mean, your standalone, you know what I mean, one-on-one cycle that take it to the next level.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Bruh, I was watching this clip. Man, I think I sent it to you. This dude sat here and went to this people's house, ringing the doorbell, getting crazy. This man started firing in their house. The chick said, if you don't get out here, I'm going to let my dog out. And after I let my dog out, I'm going to let my fire out. Man, he said what? He just started clapping at their crib. That is crazy.
Hey man, you never know what type of crazy you're gonna meet with black people.
Yeah,
When I've been up next,
this is here.
here, share school going on. So much of the 40 I've been so like kind of playing around some shit play. But what I want to do instead of like kind of play audio so much, I'm just gonna use it for imagery
Yeah.
and you know we just talk about the topic at hand from first-hand knowledge.
Oh, hold on. I'm shocked by TikTok. They didn't. They didn't flag us or say anything that we did anything wrong. Oh my god. Oh my god. You can talk about this type of stuff on TikTok. Oh.
Yeah, you know, I don't know, man. Like TikTok can sometimes will touchy feely.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
That's
like
how like your most of the stuff we talk about not even crazy.
now what I'm gonna put up, y'all, is the versus battle between the game and my boy right here. Now, main reason why I can pull this up is because y'all probably okay. Now I'm gonna bring it back a little bit.
This was garbage, yo, for real. Because YG does not have enough music to mess with the game.
That could be true, but see the thing is that
You remember Game first two albums was under G.
yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, come on, anybody that that have any sort of like real common like music, you know what I mean, intellect.
Like they just did this on some. We just want to hang out, West Coast, Brew Gang it up, shit like that. Other than that, this was not even close.
I took it for a whole nother spin. My spin on it is sort of twofold.
Yeah.
Um, the game, you know, more of a well-rounded, more of an accomplished rapper than YG, straight up and down. No, really, have a better catalog, a way better career. You know, is definitely revered, and you know, within his realm, you know, what I mean, more higher on the rap level than
Right.
You know, YG.
Absolutely.
So, you know, that's just put that out there. Now, when I say I look at people, what I'm saying on the other side of it all, you know, this verse wasn't so much like, okay, well, let's go out here and see who can push out the most, you know what I mean, effective and more lit songs than the other to see who rides with at the top at the end.
Okay.
What it looks like to me, from you know, because I ain't really get a chance to like see the whole theatric of the performance of it all.
I ain't watch it at all.
I covered it, you know, later on, but I don't once I Google and stuff like that. I didn't really get a chance to sit down and watch it on YouTube because usually like the verses on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I'm on Netflix too.
Okay.
And so, and you know, when I did get a chance to see it and to see like the highlights and stuff like that, like you see right now on YouTube. And what for me, what I seen was more of like the game was like, yeah, I'm decorated. I'm showing why, you know, why I got my spot. But also, I want to show you, you know, why, you know, I feel like you should be able to stand next to me and get to this spot and support. You know, and it's like, you know, on a positive note, they show unity, they show support among each other, they show no violence. Nobody over there trying to want to, you know, take each other heads off.
What I think what happened was when they got RP Slim 400, but if Slim 400 didn't get on the live, I think YG career would be bigger than what it is right now.
Possibly.
The Slim 400 is like
He's boosting YG.
Yeah, but he was also a good rapper himself. YG got a couple hits. I mean, he got a couple bangers. I mean, when we gonna slide? I think slide is his, right?
Yeah.
That's a fire. He got another one.
My ninja.
Yeah. Real Bompton City G's with him featuring Slim 400.
Two of them booted. That's one of his songs that he ate, but pick him ahead. And also, you gotta say that too. He's more of a local from where he comes from. His side of town.
Yeah.
His state more of a local star than a national or global.
At the beginning.
Yeah. Game is more close, more of a global star. You know what I mean? And the game to me also came in at an interesting time. You know what I mean? Like, he came in with like the unit was and rap was still like, rappers right that time, especially still too. The stigma, the history, and the momentum at that time with the lyric, how your lyrics lined up, definitely made you success.
Absolutely.
That definitely took that. You know what I mean? Because therefore, people could validate. You know what I mean? Like, now, it's not really too much validation.
Everybody rap, man.
But on the flip side of it, though, what I don't, it's sort of, I got like a little understanding a little bit more of that.
Looking back,
yeah, and I got this up, y'all, because I ain't gonna play the song and all that. I just want to, just show y'all what we're talking about.
On One Blood versus Looking Back.
You know what I mean? Just give me like the theatrics of, you know what I mean, what talking about this is a ride, this is a game purpose. You know what I mean? And pretty much like,
did y'all even watch that versus? How many people were actually adults? How many of them were still? Are they still trying to be like members?
no.
Or they just no? Okay, cool.
But see, the thing is,
There's supposed to be another one versus coming out though.
I got it.
It's T Grizzly. I seen some shit where it's like T Grizzly versus G Herbo or some shit on the verses. Now I don't know how that's gonna play out.
I'm looking for a feedback right now. I know there's never a lineup coming up now. But my thing is the biggest problem, the only problem in the way I sort of seen with it, this is just my opinion, is that the only thing, the main thing, sort of we shouldn't too much celebrate or seem like we could only come together on is ignorance. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen the dudes highly in their 40s and all, like grown ass men on stage when I'm looking at the highlights and stuff. Oh, you know what I mean? Throwing out right back, and it's like, like, all right, so what are we promoting to the youth? With the sort of like spotlight for the potential, for the role, and you know what I mean, sort of like momentum that this could carry going forward. Hey, you know something? And Game said it. I think he stopped the verse. He was talking Morley in a popular Lindsay, like, yeah, look, I had a cousin, I think it was cousin. He was like, listen, I did not want him to go down this path, I was against it, but he made his choice. So I have no choice, you know what I mean, but to respect it.
What? You can only prevent somebody from doing something so much.
And I respect Game for that. You know what I mean?
No matter how much you try to tell them, like, yo, nah, this ain't for you. Don't do this. Da, 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 da. You can only beat a drum for so long.
Yeah.
After a while now, you're gonna stop being that drum. Let that drum be a drum. Is it gonna be a drum, or it's gonna be a tambourine? It's gonna be one or the other, man. There's no in between.
Yeah, but see, my thing, yeah, you're right on that, bro. But the thing is, like, biggest problem is the biggest problem I just sort of have it is that sometimes
Mhm.
It's not so much that it's over, just that
But that's over for you. See, that's the thing. See, I get where you're coming from because we was in this life, right? And now that we have grown up and honestly grew past it and see like, yo, we was on like goofy time, but also at the time when it was going down, that's what the time was. Like we could have just stayed with that all through our whole life. Some people have a choice and can make it to walk away and do better. Some people can stay with it and still do better, but that's all they know. If all you know is all you know, and you never even tried to learn anything else or wanted to learn anything else, so all you know is what you know. No matter how old you are, my man, listen, I was watching some shit. This man is 75 years old and still a gang member. So 75 years old and still a gang member, still throwing it up. He said, all I know is what I know. I'm like, that 75? I'm like, yo, that's wild.
but also too, like when we just pretty much you don't know that when I was watching it and I was listening to it,
Work back in time.
no, not so much that anyway, but not so much that it's more. I finally got a clear understanding,
Mhm.
clear revelation
Check
of
all the Mhm.
difference. I mean, in distinction of LA, California, and all that.
Yes,
Like to them,
that's life.
that's their life, that's their culture,
That's culture. That's life. That's everything.
That's everything to them. Compared to outside of LA,
Like
everywhere
East
else.
Coast. Okay, East Coast. Like OG Percy said it. California got their California rule.
Yeah.
The East Coast got his East Coast rule. The South got his South rule. Midwest got his Midwest rule. It's different everywhere. Just because our name is the same don't mean that the game is gonna be the same.
It's not just like that. It's more of when I'm watching the highlights and I
Mhm.
listen to the game and stuff, like game and watch you do so like they said it's a tip. They said they did. But they pretty much never like yo, listen, gang culture in California is embedded to them like history books embedded to us in different states. Like, for instance, for example, like when we learn history, just basic general history, growing up, you know anything like gangbang, anything like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
They learn gangbanging.
That was just culture.
Yes.
Just we learned our culture. Okay, to them, that's how they look at it. You know what I mean? This is their life. They don't look at it like, okay, well, once I get to a certain point in my life,
yes,
I'm
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you're saying the same thing, but it's like like last night I finally just sat back
and realized
and
like
looked at it like, damn, it's like really embedded to their
that's their core. Like that's it.
Yeah, that's their base.
There's no like, oh no, this is it.
This is their base. That's it. And like a lot of them, grow up from 3 and above.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is life. This is our culture. This all gonna be from the time I'm able to walk
to the time I'm able to leave.
That's it. And it's like, damn. I mean, also in a way too, it's like I like the fact to see that two brothers lifting each other up, showing support to each other, giving each other love, giving each other flowers, singing each other lyrics to each other songs, dancing, bringing their friends along, showing their friends, have their friends come through with them,
because you gotta think
the energy of success with them.
Yeah.
That's what does good. But I also felt in some sort of way that sort of like taking us back a little. I guess.
Why?
Um,
I don't feel like it could take us back
Yeah.
Because there's worse stuff going on than these two dudes doing a versus battle that's taking us back. Like you got these weird, goofy people out here just doing weird, goofy shit, and they're the ones bringing us back. These dudes celebrate, like, because virtually what that is just showing that we can unite all as one, even under one color. You understand? They can unite. They did it's a bunch of gang. Let's call it what it is. This is a bunch of gang members.
Yeah.
You understand? Ain't nobody get shot. Nobody got stabbed. Nobody got nothing. They just had like a free fucking concert with them. They little cliques, they hoods, whatever. Good time everybody walked off. Nothing. Dust their hands. Now you got mofos out here that just riding around, fucking running up in houses, doing goofy shit. For what? Them the ones that setting us back. Like the dude I was just telling you about. He the one setting us back. You walking up in the random people houses, just start shooting through their front doors and back doors and sides of their cribs and shit. Like you're setting us back, not them. That's their life, their culture, their style. That's like telling a Californian from like Northern Cal or SoCal, you can't surf. Surfing is their thing. That's their culture.
Yeah, no, I ain't saying they're wrong for it, but the whole just like looking at the optics, like the gives off sort of the to me like sort of the stigma of like, all right, only time we can come in celebration and matrimony or unity in some sort of way, it has a lot to do more with the most ignorant things we represent. And I ain't saying anything wrong to anybody that wanna stand behind a cultural.
They was doing music, so that's not ignorant though.
I told you, I'm looking at feedback.
Okay.
More of like, yeah, the music is the main point of the whole thing. You
Right.
know what I mean? But the optics of the whole thing is okay. Well,
bunch of gang
members celebrating. You know what I mean? Something that like pretty much causes harm against each other. Right. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh well, let's just celebrate to the world like this. Freaky, you know what I mean? This is what it is.
Yeah.
I ain't back. I ain't saying that the badging or what I mean, putting any sort of discriminatory remarks.
No, what do you think one?
Of course, I think game got it, but like I said, game was support with Western YGF to get to all of it. That was a good thing to see. I mean, like on the unity level. Seeing two brothers, that pretty much come from the same area, and taking their careers to another height. One, got into the door at a good time.
Yeah.
Pushed his limits, got to his seat. Made lane for his homie to come up through that lane, get his own seat, show him flowers, or give him flowers for getting there. Mm-hmm. Still climbing. That was definitely a great thing. I definitely like that. But it's just at the expense of just showing like that, this is the most high point of our successes. You know what I mean? Throwing up red rags and throwing up signs. You know what I mean? To me, it's like that. It could have been. You know what I mean? Like why can't be something? Nothing's ever gonna be perfect like it. In some ways, I be thinking like, damn, why can't we all come together in celebration of, for instance, they cutting the ribbon of opening a community service center in the community for the youth to, go there, learn some new stuff, have somewhere to go, food service for hungry kids and stuff like that.
How you know you don't have it, bro?
I ain't saying they don't, but I'm saying it look better to me if it was like kind of bigger show. Hey, we opening this on what's the name of Sloss, or this part of comedy, you know what I mean, or this part of whatever.
Yeah, they had a dude that did that.
Nipsey, yeah.
You know what happened to him?
Yeah.
Oh. I was saying.
A lot, excuse me. But yeah. But see, that's the thing, we need more.
Oh, they got a versus. Oh, it was 3 weeks ago. B2K versus Pretty Ricky.
It's just, I'm trying, baby. Uh, uh, see that kind of. She said, Candy said, Chuck run up on us.
Oh yeah.
I just, like now it's like,
Tank versus Tank.
when I was younger, I had a different sort of perspective and vision, temperament of what sort of culture I should be I shouldn't follow. Sorry, what sort of way I should frame my life. And at one point, I thought that way, when I weigh 100 miles per hour,
Was it?
was it. And and I ain't gonna lie, I'm like young and dumb and just heavily, like misguided in some sort of ways. I thought it was the best thing I got myself into. I got older, mainly like my daughter was born, it was like a big,
It's like a normal changing point in people's lives.
yeah.
'Cause I feel like before that time, I was with all the fuck shit, doing all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Right after that, it's just like that shit say, now what you gonna do?
Like now, okay, now it's a responsibility.
Right. You ain't got no responsibilities, man. You could live life to the edge.
I'll tell you, like, one of the most edgiest situations I ever got in.
Here.
My daughter, I mean, my baby mother, she was pregnant with my daughter for about 3 months. We got a cold store.
That's when I do the slap you. You took off running.
Never, never do. Long story short, something happened on Black uh, 5 days. I had issues with some other guys.
Yeah.
And so happened, one of the guys, that was mainly we have issues with, seeing me, we both sort of like in the same store. So I see him, he see me, we looked at each other for a few minutes. And from that moment, we both knew what was
It's about to go down.
about to go down. So I'm like, man, I can't have good mom and her about to pay my brother.
Right.
I'm messed up. Like, how the hell, what I look like? I mean, this guy really take to the stream and
You don't care.
yeah, they don't care. I would not be able to forgive myself for that. Like, what I had to do. That time I was probably all of 21, 22, and I don't know, highly maturity, like the hardest thing to do at that moment, or just being in that situation, dumb as hell. But I'm like, hey, get it. I'm down. I don't care. I'm ready. You know what I mean? Let's go. I'm with this, man. Like, I'm around with you. So I went to the back of the store and I told my baby mother, like, hey, look, here go $10. Take a taxi home. Go 2 stores down, whatever, and take a taxi home. I'll see you when I get home. For, what you have. And she like, nah, I leave you aside. I'm like, yo, listen, I don't want you to stay here because you this guy So
about to go all the way wrong in here.
All the way wrong. So me and her, she over here not trying to leave my side. I'm trying to get her to leave my side, get away so she gets safe. So she gets safe so she won't get home. I can take her home or put her home on somebody behalf. Mm-hmm. So the guy come back into the store with the female girl going back to the store. I'm like, oh no. So I just kept it behind me. And I told me and him that they almost got face to face. I'm like, hey, listen, if you go, because he was acting like he got something on him, in his pocket.
Yeah, you're going to do something, do something.
I'm like,
bust your jig.
I'm like, man, listen.
Just know we're coming back.
At first, I was a little hesitant. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, bro, this is stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta go down this way. And look at my wife, we out of this situation. We do whatever. You're like, oh no. So after a few minutes, like my rebellion kicked in. I'm like, I just went off for him. You gonna do something good? What's up? What's your move? Me and him stand. He at the door. He's standing up there. I'm sort of by the counter, and I think I had like That's some chocolate. Like this guy.
Move up, bottle him down.
I only got one swing. I gotta make it count. So I took up 5 minutes. Yeah, about five, more than 5 minutes. I was going back and forth. It seems like what was I left? You guys gonna left because the guy behind the counter, I think, he could start getting nervous. But he froze for a few seconds because he don't know what's going to happen at this moment. He just looking in awe, like, oh man, you guys went to my store. Oh man, I want to clean this shit up, and I'm here. So after all that was said and done, the adrenaline died down, and I got, not happy with that. I would say, I just sitting down in my backyard. This can't be my life. I can't,
can't say me gang all the life.
I can't go do this on my life. I'm trying to be a kid, and dude running down on me, then trying to, possibly take my head off, and what if, this guy just completely did not care.
Oh yeah, now right?
Yeah, like I can't sit there and be okay with that myself. I can't explain that. Like, what sort of life is that? So that's just that day. I just started really like rethinking, restructuring, and just looking at my life in a different way. So probably when I hear me talk like that, that's probably where my perception is coming from.
This nigga was scared. That was me. I had my fire on me.
Yeah, so that's what, like, I look at it, like, when I'm looking at
I feel with that, because my came to Jesus moments when I left New York. So when I left New York, that was it. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be around none of that shit. I'm good. I'm moving away to start a fresh life. My first 20 something years, I done fucked off, fucked it over. Nah, I gotta make this shit right. My next stage in life, I can't keep doing the same shit. If I keep doing the same shit I was doing there, oh for sure, here I'd have been out. I've been out for the count. It's just been like flowers and shit. Can't see me when you see me. You don't make a change. You don't make a change. Somebody will change and make a change for you.
Yeah.
It's either gonna be the streets gonna make a change for you, or the law gonna make a change for you. It's one or the other. Best bet is to make the change on your own.
That's usually how it goes. You just can't sit there and stay the same person you was.
I mean, some people can.
Can, but it's like, see, the problem comes in at is case in point. Especially with a lot of athletes and entertainers. When you come from rags,
Uh-huh.
you always gonna have like a core two, one or two people that's around you, that's really close to you. That's always gonna want to see you shine at your greatest light, no matter what.
Right.
They want to keep you, good. But also with them, when people come to other people that you've been around your whole life.
Right.
And you was sort of on edge with them, but was okay for the most part. The love was sort of still there. And with that sort of situation with my
you can have friends that you know 50 joints. And y'all can have one falling out that'll cancel that whole 50 years. Yeah, like you never even known them.
That's because usually, like, a lot of times, like, we do doing celebrity stuff, like, once they
I'm talking about just regular people. It ain't gotta be celebrities, like regular people.
Yeah,
I just heard of a falling out that was crazy. Wow. I heard it was falling out. This shit was crazy.
Right.
I ain't know.
But the major thing is, right, celebrity or not, the thing is that
sometimes people will just come around you just to be around you, to try and ground you when they know that they can't ground you, but they're gonna try everything in their little possible power to do it. And then when they see that they can't do it and they failed in their mission, oh, that shit hurts them the worst.
Also, too, sometimes people around you says, you what you the energy you have around you within your atmosphere is so great.
Mhm.
And the fruits of the labor, the fruits that you put upon your table. So impression that they don't have themselves there.
Right.
They want to take it from you and come around and kind of ruin the
Right.
same way, like you just said, your atmosphere, because at the same time, they want your space. They want your spot.
Yeah, because a lot of people want to be you, but they don't really know what it took to be you.
What
You
they
know
want
what I'm
what you
saying?
have.
Yeah, you can have what I want, but you don't know what it took for me to get to what I got. Like that's the thing. See, just because you see me with it, you don't know what it took for me to get this. You don't know what I had to do, late nights, sacrificing what I sacrificed to get this. None of that. Your best bet is just do the same thing I did. Man, working hard will pay it off. And if you feel like that's not an option for you, you can always go the other route. Try to be a street guy. See how far that gets you. I know real street dude. Real street guy. I'm still cool with the street guy to this day. Like we ain't got no bad blood between us, nothing. We still cool. I can still call him right now. I just don't hang out with him. That's not my thing. We respect that.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's real. I mean,
Call him up. No,
I
I ain't put
mean,
my son out there.
I see with me, like I don't know, like now,
Yeah.
like just to share my since we talk a little bit personalized, how we have evolved and the things we have
I
evolved
mean, but
into.
the people that know us sees the growth. Like you gotta know us to honestly see the growth. You can't be like, yo, y'all changed, but you don't know us. You can't do that. That's be weird. Like them the type of people, nah, they can't be around. Because like if we just say if you know me, you have to know me for at least 10 years to honestly say that you have seen growth and change in me.
But I mean, also too, like my big thing is just because known for a little while, and you see me at one level, now you see me other trying to work on elevating to another level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Doesn't even though you may see it and understand it, doesn't mean you like it, respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a big part of you probably just resent it because
Most people, like you said earlier, most people gonna remember you for a lot of stupid shit you used to do. And that's the only way they want to see you. They don't want to see you in your current state.
no.
They want to see you still out there trying to be a street dude. Nah, man, grow up.
Yeah, because some people don't want to see you elevated because things like some people just like people just want to stay at the same level and think that's the best. And some people just want to stay at that same level because they know
that's all they can get.
That's all they can get, and that's the best they can get.
But then at some point, like you can always do better if you knew better. Sometimes you know better, you just don't want to do better.
I got to be a friend of mine, man. Chicken lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to do
So I know this guy.
Yeah, but not the guy. So no, you're not. But yeah, so we'll go from here. But we be having issues sometimes, and a lot of issues come from the simple things he just try to cut with.
Mm-hmm.
Your little bro, like you gotta say something. Most people like to be around people that build with. You know what I mean? Or somehow, there's a cycle of well, I can do something for you, build on this, to get this, to get to this point, as well I can help you build on what you're trying to do and for me to get to that point. Usually that's how it bounce off each other. That's how the relationship always stays sustained because the level of building and chemistry and consistency.
That comes with certain aging in life. Like, yeah, Because at this present age, you ain't gonna be trying to hang around no YN, nobody, no group. You gonna be trying to hang around adult people that's on adult's time. Like, yo, listen, man, I ain't gonna be able to come out and do that because a lady, or you know what I mean, like their mind is working to the facet of the same capacity as yours. Like majority of the people I hang around, mine has to be like mine. You understand? I can't be around somebody that's thinking like no young dude that want to be out here doing wild goofy shit because that's not me. That's no me, Papa. No, 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 that's no me. Every time I come in here, the cat sleep on the bread. Yeah, no, that's not me. I'm gonna be with somebody that's trying to elevate, do better with their life, and just grow, prosper. Man, 9 times out of 10, if you see me, I'm always trying to just have some fun, make some money, do something with the kids. That's it. I'll be with my lady. Shout out to my cat. Pretty girl. She over there sleep. No, she in her basket. She watching the podcast.
And funny thing is, especially what we were speaking about with the things that thing, there's a lot of mixed, you know what I mean, opinions.
It's always gonna be like that.
A lot of people have like big opinions about it. So, oh, well, some people sort of.
I would see my cat.
Some people, you know what I mean, veer on a sort of, opinion I have where it's like, yo, man, like,
Say hi, pretty girl.
This look, I mean, that look a little crazy. Yeah, some people say, God, that little outdated. So it's always different opinions. But speaking of
so pissed.
Speaking of
So yeah, I know you see I'm trying to sleep. You gonna put me on camera?
Speaking of people who get like recent stuff like that, like from like jobs and everything like that, sort of like we sort of talked about it a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and we only got like you got a little bit, she got a little bit, a little bit of that. But speaking of like this, I mean like how the way companies now, big companies like let people go.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been hearing about a slew of like people getting let go from like Tesla.
I'm hearing that Gmail about to be facing a massive lawsuit.
Really? What's up with that?
I don't know. I'm gonna look further into that.
Let's see what's going on with that. Let's find out.
But
let's see.
Let's
find. Let's look at it.
Let's see something. I've seen that too on like a short, not a short. I've seen it on
look at this chat.
Oh, okay. So bring it to the stage.
Bring it to the stage right now. We'll look at this again. I can see what I see. There it is. Okay, so I can bring it to the stage here right now.
Bring back to the stage and let's speak on it.
Okay, it says Gmail has faced major privacy lawsuits, including a $425 million class action verdict in a separate Gemini AI project case.
All right, now hold on, people. Listen, when y'all get these emails to join these class action lawsuits, please join them. Do not miss out. I mean, you ain't gonna get millions and millions of dollars, but the money that you will get, you take your little couple dollars.
Be leery though. Be very skeptical.
No, because they're gonna pay you out.
I say that.
I do those all the time. Absolutely.
But sometimes you definitely gotta
'Cause I did it with
gotta be
ITT
skeptical.
Tech when they was just taking all the students' money. Hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I remember you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't get back no massive bread. They gave me back like $125. But it was still something. You understand?
But also, you gotta be careful because you know what I mean. How the way it's getting scary a little bit with how the way technology and AI, you know what I mean, being rolled out in these new modern days. With how the way they're gonna lay out the scammers and people who trying to scam people to slide something in between. You click on something, next thing you know, now all your information being shown to the wrong person.
Yeah, but when it comes to that, those type of lawsuits, those joints be encrypted. So it's gonna be hard for a scammer to really break through them encrypted joints.
Okay, so let's finish you know, learning about this lawsuit that found in hospitalization. It says Rodriguez versus Google LLC 405 privacy lawsuit. Oh, man. Wow. In September 2025, the federal jury in California ruled against Google Rodriguez versus Google LLC, finding that the company illegally tracked app applications from Gmail users even after they disabled the web and app activity settings. The jury awarded 425.7 million and damages to approximately 98 million affected users, averaging about $4 per user, with separate allegations for Android and non-Android users.
That's iPhone and Android. So now you think about that. $4 per user. $425 million at $4 per user.
And you had to pay that out to 98 million. They got that 425 million. It's a compensatory damage. And they got paid out to they got paid out to approximately
98 million.
Yep.
So now let's just break down the math. This is what people would have gotten from Google.
So the 98 divided by 98 divided by 425.7.
It'd be like 4.33333333. So probably like everybody got like $4 grand. Yeah, that's what it would be.
So you have to tax, they got you know. You know what I mean? But the process
ain't a lot of money, but shit, it's money.
Well, so usually when lawsuits are this big and this this much big of a payout, it takes
a year to change. It's gonna take some while because it took me maybe when I finally got the ITT Tech settlement, that shit was like two years later.
Well, let's find out. So, as we left off, non-Android users, Google immediately filed an appeal, and plaintiffs have requested increase to 2.36 billion, arguing this reflects Google's profits from the collected data. Okay, no payments are currently available, and the appeal process could take up to 1 to 3 weeks.
So now, check this out though. So they just went from paying about 98 million people about $3 grand and some change. So now you went up to the billions. Do you know what that means to Google?
I mean,
not a goddamn thing, son. That don't mean nothing.
You guys saying like even like of course they're gonna shoot for the highest, but you know what I mean just for they shoot for the high, that's what they're gonna get.
No,
They settle out that high.
yeah, that shouldn't even settle out that high because now it's more people added into that class action lawsuit.
So they're appealing.
Google's appealing it, right?
Yeah.
But then it just said it went from 425 to 2.36 billion. Yeah, more people than added on. So now you got to pay more people. You could have just paid your little 425 million and been cool. People still gonna use your Google. They still gonna use Gmail. You still gonna use all of that, regardless to the facts.
Yeah, but you understand. So when people got that, well, like when companies, not just people, but it's more of a drama when it comes to that type of money. It's not more than one person. You know what I mean? Then it's like, you know, it's tied to so many things, so many different investments, you can X, Y, and Z. They're not just gonna, you know what I mean, relent that type of money just because even if you got the most, you know what I mean, exclusive evidence, they're gonna fight it to the bitter end.
And then they're gonna still lose, though. So you might as well pay it out now. If you pay, if they just pay that money out now, that 2.3 is not gonna be, you know what I mean?
But the thing is with your own contract too, though. The chat, tell me if I'm wrong, chat. I want to hear y'all. I want to hear y'all opinion. A lot of times, you know, the best way to debate compensation and what you should get compensated for somebody of wrongdoing is to go for the high.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To go shoot for the high and see the most you could get for somebody errors in the state that they did not help. You know what I mean? In your situation, you made it worse. When you sue, you're going for the high, then somewhere in between you shoot for the high and possibly to hit with a low, you're gonna hit somewhere in the middle of that. That usually happens with lawsuits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big multi-million dollar lawsuits like that, yeah.
You know, somebody would shoot like 5 minutes, right? After, I don't know, let's say 3 to 5 years, back and forth, back and forth, da da da. You know what I mean? What usually happens is somebody that's got that, that's making that type of income to pay out that type of lawsuit, they got lawyers and stuff already set up for the type.
Absolutely.
So they're gonna try to draw it out and make you lose a lot of money in the process.
Absolutely.
So by the time they do pay you out, it'll be less.
But when you join a class action lawsuit, you're not paying no lawyers. Your lawyers already paid for you. Like when I joined that joint, I ain't had to pay nobody. All I did was get my little bit of bread. Yeah, it wasn't what I was looking for. Shit, I thought I was getting back half of the money that they honestly took. Like they was taking the students' money. They wasn't putting out money towards our tuition. And we still had to pay back Sally Mae. So that was the craziest part. It was ITT Tech, and I forgot what other school that was with them. There was another school that was there, like sister school. Yeah. They got shut down too for doing the same shit. They was taking the students' money. It wasn't like actually using it for what we thought it would be used for. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna sign up for this shit. Give me that little check. I wanted at least $9,000 back. They dealt with that.
But see, that's the thing. Like, you know, like
I don't own no student loans.
See, the thing is, like, when you got those class action lawsuits, like you're saying, like, you know, everything's pretty much set up in your defense. You just got to go through just got to sign the proper paperwork.
That's it.
State your claim, and they take it from there.
That's it.
And they give it back with you when they settle it all out.
Absolutely.
Hey, look, this is our piece of pie. What's your direct deposit? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can either get direct deposit or a check. Sir, listen, I gotta send it to me. Just send me my money. Electronically, globally, however you want to do it, just cut my slice.
Then on top of that, okay, let's see the eligibility. Like, who will qualify? How can you be eligible to join this class? The crazy thing about California, like I feel,
that'd be the wow.
That state, though, man, like they be having the most off the wall things sometimes going on. You know? Like,
bro, they moved out. I was watching some shit about this neighborhood in California, but they moved all these gang members out. Nigga, and that shit is now Silicon Valley, home for mad dudes that work at Google. Oh, what was that?
You know that
18th to 13th Street, some weird shit. They just moved all of them. Like, yo, y'all gotta go. Fuck on.
you know what they do? You know what they be doing to them, though?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, like they sort of like low key buy them out. So like you said, they're like they'll start they'll buy out that land over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times with development, what they gotta do is get your land or
Yeah,
they gotta buy you out.
they gotta buy you out, make you an offer.
Yeah, pay them off and look, listen, you take this, say 4,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you finish off building new development, the X, Y, and Z, and you know what I mean, you try to stay, you don't meet the criteria to stay, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, even if you do meet the criteria, the rent going to be damn near impossible for you to afford. So you're gonna have to go either way. So that was they were doing. So let's see how people.
I would never live in California, but I would visit.
Oh yeah. It says users may be eligible if they had a Google account between July of 2026, and September of 2024, and had disabled or paused the web app activity setting.
Now, a lot of people don't understand what that means.
All right.
So let's just break it down for them. Break it down.
Express accounts and supervised accounts for children under 13 are generally excluded. Claim forms have not yet been issued, and users should await official notifications before attempting to claim compensation.
All right, they're gonna pay that out, right?
So what they saying is pretty much like this. You're not, you can't just come out try to submit a claim with just saying, hey, my kid account, or the express account that tend to get involved with nothing. And no kid account under 13 are generally excluded. So that's number one. Yeah. Number two, it's still an ongoing process for claims and paperwork and submissions to be issued out to those that they might feel qualified.
They're gonna get people gonna get it right.
All right. It says Gemini policy lawsuit, privacy lawsuit. Sorry. A separate lawsuit filed in November 2025 alleges that Google secretly activated its Gemini AI system with Google Chat, or Gmail, Chat, and Meet in October of 2025 without users' consent.
Mm-hmm. Surprise.
So, without even going any further,
and surprise.
So pretty much,
there it is.
They activated your phone with a different feature to cut on. Probably low key listening to you. Cameras,
bruh, listen. Yo, my man, listen. If you never sat there and talked in front of your phone, right? And then just say you like, man, I was wondering where's the best spots to eat out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, you just go on your phone. Just say you hit Facebook. Now you just seeing mad restaurants out here. Like you go on Instagram, now you seeing mad restaurants out here. Like they've been listening. They listen to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this technology is great though.
It is great, but the thing is, the problem that what gives it the bad stigma is that it's great when I needed to work on my own demise, not when you just wanted to, activate a feature that I wasn't,
Yeah, that was wild.
Engaged into and activate myself so I could use it. You just activated use it for whatever reason. Just like information, that to collect some sort of like intel, and like trying to be know, I mean, low key like controlling.
Yeah, no, we always gonna be controlled.
Crazy.
There's no everybody be like, oh, you come here, it's free will. No, it's not. Stop thinking it's free will. It's not. That's the law that they give you. Because if it's so much free will, and why are we having so many technological lawsuits? Why are they listening into everything that you're saying in your house? All these cameras and all that shit, they can see in your house.
But
So
sometimes,
how free so how free are we? And they be like, oh, freedom of speech. You got freedom of this, freedom of that, but you can't really use these freedoms. As I told you when you said the like in Russia, this shit is no different from Russia. Russia dictated. We have a dictator. You understand? It just may not seem like we don't, but they dictate everything that we do down to everything that we see and we don't see. There's a lot of stuff that happens that we don't see on the news. There's a lot of stuff that does happen that we do see on the news. They tell us about a lot of stuff, but won't tell us about the important stuff.
I mean,
Like this wasn't made out to the news. You know how you got to hear about this type of stuff? The little backdoor channels, the little commercials where they don't want it to be as big as it should be.
I mean, I sort of, you know what I mean, I sort of understand your controversial
Why the hell is it controversial, my man?
The reason why I say it's controversial,
Yeah.
and at some point because, at some point I do agree that.
Because your freedom of speech is never freedom of speech.
I agree with you on that point. That you know what I mean, because it could always be used against you.
Right. Because if we say one word right now, they could just shut down our whole shit.
Yeah. So
how free is my speech?
I agree with you on that. The part I don't have a big, I don't have a big agreement with you in is okay. I can see the correlation and the parallel by the way you look at. Oh well, you know, who in Russia over there? Yeah, they might have some bad ways, but how bad are they ways compared to ways you already in? You know what I mean? I guess, but where I differ at is where it's different at, not just how, where it's different at on a general level. Even with the biggest part of our force as our country relies on this kind of traditional or has been completely for the past long time now is that in Russia, um,
no, they let a convicted felons run this country. I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on that because if a convicted felon just earned the rights to start voting not too long ago. Convicted felons can't do certain shit, but convicted felons can run a country. You're telling me?
Man, listen, in Russia, it's extremely, it's nowhere near comparison to America and how the way we live, how we work, and how the way we congregate. But it's theirs on a whole, their stuff, the regulations and stuff is on a whole nother type of level of advancements. It's sort of like the caste system, like in India, how they use, like, listen, if you don't come, I think they're trying to scale it down in India with the caste system and stuff like that. If I'm correct. Excuse me, not correct, but in India. However, your growing up living situation is how the ways in pretty much stay over there. You know what I mean? So if you're born into or was coming up in like a father's and not highly privileged living situation.
No, because
that's how the caste system is. That's how it works.
But if you go to the store and you talk to my Indian boy behind the counter, Muhammad, he'll tell you different. Because he's the one who told me, when I told you, when you were talking about the AC situation, he's the one who told me, like, yo, like 50% of India has it, 50% of India doesn't. Yeah. So I be talking to him about stuff going on over there.
Yeah, but they probably like I said, they probably scaled back on how to use it. But you know, in India, just using that as a small example, like they got something for like a class system, you put a caste system, whatever. Pretty much, if you know what I mean, and I'm trying to make sure I get it correct. If your family is like born in hobby for stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to be looked at like a high step. You know what I mean? So I correlate that over to comparison in a way to like Russia. I really like Russia. Where like how they stuff is set up, you are chosen. I mean, you are given certain jobs that they want you at.
Mm-hmm.
You're not choosing too much of what type of job you're gonna do unless you like a wrestling star or you wanna go to certain army or stuff like that.
You choosing here the same thing.
No, but no, they choose for you over there. Over here, you choose pretty much where you want to go. Over there, no. That's, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna work, for instance, they live right now, both the Russian citizens.
Mm-hmm.
You start off at the average wage of being like, okay, well, yeah, you can work at a company, you don't get paid once a month. And, you know,
But that once a month that they pay you is going to be enough.
depending on what job you get.
Yeah, either which way, because like stuff over there might not be that expensive. And their money, like I think we were looking at U.S. money. U.S. is the biggest money, like dollars the biggest. But we was looking at in the Dominican Republic. Me and my man was looking with like it was like maybe a year, maybe like a couple years ago. But it was like I think it was like 5 grand or some shit. You'll have like $250,000 worth of the Dominican people money. Like our money would transfer into like 250,000 of their dollars. I'm like, yo, man, we wasting our time here. As soon as these taxes hit, we can take this bread, cash in, go over there, live in Dominican Republic like king.
Like, a one Russian dollar
Uh-huh.
equivalent to an American dollar.
Uh-huh.
Like, $8 over here would be like 0.032.
Yeah, some sense.
So it'd be like 13 cents. $8.8.
Okay, now see what our dollar over there is.
Over there would add up to $1 would equal 77.64 Russian ruble.
Okay.
You know, so you can definitely get more bang for the buck over there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What I'm saying, the U.S. dollar is bigger around the globe. It's just bigger around the globe.
You know what I mean?
But
So,
like our freedom, some just like this is really becoming a real like because everybody be complaining, right? Everybody complaining about this, that, and the third. Everybody sat down here and voted for the same president that did the same shit for 8 years ago. Same shit that happened 8 years ago happening now, and everybody still gonna complain about the shit. Prices was through the roof when he was the president. They're like, no, he's making America great. No, he's not.
but see, this is the thing. This way it gets a little bit. This way the thorns come out of the way. When we get into that shit, is in in that sort of scenario when it's played out.
Mhm.
Do a lot of most Americans agree with our current state, our country right now, is we one of the most greatest jobs in the world to
No,
be expected? No.
he's fucking up more shit every day by more day. He's blocking too many trades with a lot of powerful like countries that have resources and shit that we need. He wants to block trade and do wild goofy shit. But see, the difference is this is the only thing I can always say. He is not a politician. He's just a businessman, but his business is not this type of business. Your business is hotellery. Your business ain't world business. That's the difference. That's what's fucking him over. You're a businessman. Just because you're a businessman Just because you open like the dude who started McDonald's, them two brothers, the McDonald brothers, their original McDonald's is still in California. You know that they sold that and they still have the name, still have the golden arch, still have all that shit to this day. Only thing they were scared of doing was franchising. This man is a good just for your Trump Towers. That's what you're good for. Stick with that. You're not good for business outside of Trump Towers. It's just showing. You're blocking too many trades. You're jacking up prices and shit that's astronomical. When the fuck have eggs ever been a worry for people?
Let's see. My thing is,
Steel prices is going down, going up, going down. You need steel for the infrastructure. That's why so much construction going on right now.
but see, this is the other side of the. All right, with all the crimes that you laid out there briefly, it's still this is the only sort of hesitational thought I have in my head.
Mhm.
Um, and just to give it before I go into my going through that is okay. But on the other side of the coin, and he said it, plenty of times, was that okay? But how the way I'm gonna go into all this is not gonna be the most neatest, the most easiest, and highly effective way that can get done peacefully, smoothly, without any sort of struggle within this process. It's gonna be some struggle in this process. It's not gonna be easy, and yeah, we're gonna face some tough times until we get better. And here's from my understanding, I listen to both sides, is that he's looking at it from the aspect of okay, well, reason why I'm reason why it's coming off as so chaotic and how things is reflecting when it comes to numbers and statistics and news and push right about it is because I'm pushing back against other nations that pretty much come to our country and abuse those privileges that other Americans don't get or constantly getting restricted from because they are giving out to other countries and other people that come from other countries to come over here to prosper, and they'll get more promise from them coming over here to prosper for their country than the people that live in our country that's supposed to be prospering right now. And we going at their people, their other side of the world. Yeah, look, y'all want to come and do business with them, right? They gotta be treated down the court. This can't be. You come over here, we give you a good amount of resources. We pulling it from our people, we give you all of their resources too. Y'all get a whole bunch of benefits, but barely give any back. Sort of, I think that's how the way he's looking.
Nah, he fucking up that pack. That's what he's doing. He gonna continue to keep fucking up that pack because of these stupid Americans that sit there and vote for him. Be like, yeah, oh, this is our best. It was not our best option. I don't think none. Listen, me personally, I told you, I will forever stand on it. The only presidents that make a real difference in my life are the unalive ones, like the Franklins, the Jacksons, the Grants.
At the same time, bro, they got the same, but at the same time,
these presidents don't do nothing.
But they got somebody got to be. They just can't have an empty seat when two people is at the helm.
I mean,
no, it don't work. Our politics don't work that way. It's two people at the helm that got to be elected. One of them got to be crowned victor. Now, in Kamala defense, I don't know. You know what I mean? Some of her political ideologies can't really get behind. But on the flip side, though.
Yeah, now you look at it, some of her shit be like perfect. Then you look at some of his shit is like.
Now, some of her shit was not perfect for me at all. I can understand where probably some things she wanted to do that she didn't talk about, or just couldn't articulate 100%.
Why she got a late start? I feel like if she wouldn't have got a late start, she'd have been the first female president.
No, she didn't get a late start. She been on the side of President Biden.
But Biden told her that he was gonna run again. That's why she. So she got a late start.
No, she didn't. She think they say why I said she don't got to because he probably thinking I'm just saying.
No. If he told her that he was gonna rerun for president, right? That's why she didn't get a chance to get the boots to the ground because he said, "Yo, I'm gonna run again." So she was like, he was probably like, "Yo, I'm gonna run again. You're gonna be my vice president again." She was probably like, "Cool." Then when he found out that there was no chance for him to win, then he was like, "Nah, yo, listen, I'm not gonna run." Yeah, you gave her a late start instead of you just getting out of the way and let her get that early jump to go. Because she was backing him. That's why she didn't run.
Let me give you a good example of why I think she didn't. Check me out. Let me give you a good elaborate one too. Say for instance, me and you start hitting height with the podcast and another level, and really take you to a whole other strategy. You could I could venture off this side to build some of the you going to venture that side, build some over there, but it's still in unity with what we mainly did together. Okay. I can ride the phone too over here. Look, you got someone from winning now that we can just use some of our old stuff and let it play out. We can sit here, but we can go our own lane, our own way, and you know what I mean, build our own shit in our own right by ourselves. We both agree. Well, you know what? All right, bet, man. You know what, man? Let's say this thing 3 6 months. We both gonna start going off and doing our own thing. You know what I'm saying? And we see, we're doing good. We should be good, right? Yeah. 3 6 months come. You like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. You start. But instead of me starting with you, at the same time, I just keep my focus on our main show that we've been doing. And sort of like, all right, well, put myself, I'm doing a side on the back burner because I'm like, all right, it's a lot. I don't gotta worry about waiting. I don't gotta worry about publicity. It's gonna be a lot no matter what. I just keep doing this. But then you blow up, boom. I'm like, oh snap. Let me try to blow my shit up. I now just start doing it, and then I'm gonna start focusing on it after I see your success. Of course, I'm gonna be behind the 8 ball because, to me, in my opinion, she's been by his side for 4.5 or 4 years before this situation happened. He had to be either rerun again or lose his job, right? So she sat there and watched him. Yes, she supported him. Yes, she, there were some key foreign decisions. Yes, she was potentially be a running mate, but she did. She had all opportunities to work on her craft. In 4 years, sit back and learn. Okay, what to do now. She's right there with him.
Right, but he told her, he dulled her sunlight. He told her that he's gonna rerun for the presidency of the United States. If he would have never said that, she would have took off running and had the same. She wouldn't have had the late start that she had. Even with her late start, though, she was neck and neck with this dude. So if she would have got the advantage from like the regular time when you're supposed to start running, if he'd have been like, yo, listen, I'm only doing this 4 years, yo, I'm gonna back you, make sure that you good. Nah, I think she would be the president right now.
No, nature why I still would say. Nature why I still say no. Because even when you know what I mean, because even when Biden tried to run again, he needed financial backing from the donors that was going to support his campaign. That's number one.
Yeah.
He had to get that permission from the donors to support his campaign and give him a push out there to get a leg up in the race to see if he can do it. You know what I mean? That first test came on the presidential debate they had on live television, where you could clearly see, like, okay, somewhat of a shell, he's still there.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna let him be. My man, listen. Right. That man was trying to be the president for 35 years. Like, Joe Biden, he's been trying to be the president since in the 80s. They finally gave him his shot, and he was only gonna get his 4 years. He was never gonna get past that.
Well, he was trying, but the thing is, Joe Biden, if you saw that live debate, Joe Biden dropped the ball. He just didn't look
He had
presidential.
all timing. Like, oh, that shit.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah,
Like,
nah, yeah.
he didn't look qualified to take on the helm to go further on.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying.
He
Like,
kept on bullshitting around,
right.
and it pulled the rug. But the problem with Kamala still would have lost that.
No,
She a lot of I mean a few key people that she needed for that support to get even higher leg up didn't want to support her. Obama didn't want to support her at all.
I think he did.
No, he supported her later. He didn't support her in the beginning at all. He came later. Him and Michelle supported her later. They was giving like good PowerPoint, talking point speeches, like
because Joe probably told them the same thing. Y'all will run again.
No,
that's their man.
Obama was not really messing with Kamala. You know what I mean? Straight up, he was. You know what I mean? She didn't have that support, even if she ran at the right time per se. Now, at the beginning of her campaign, when she started kicking out, her beginning of her campaign, I want to say the first few months, Kamala was right there. Like she had a good beat with the community, beat with the nation. She was marching.
If she would have had this Fulio would have got out the way from the Richter, it would probably be a big difference.
Okay? Did you watch Kamala?
First, I didn't watch some of them, but the one that I honestly sat there and watched, I'm not gonna lie, I watched the whole, I think 2 hours, 2 hours, 2.5, 2 hours that she spoke to Shannon Sharp, man. That was crazy.
Man, listen, main reason why I say what I say.
She probably said a lot of goofy shit. All of them do. But she's a politician. See, so she's gonna give you the politician, the politically correct answer, but that's not the answer that the people wanted to hear. You understand? Donald Trump is going to give you the answers from a businessman. That's what the people wanted to hear. They didn't want to hear the politically correct answer. Why the fuck do I want to hear that? That's all I've been hearing all my life. Like, because like when I think Ronald Reagan was the only other person that became president that wasn't a politician. You know what I mean? The big Gipper. He wasn't a politician. He was a movie star. So, you know, for people, listen. With that being said, we appreciate y'all for joining at this point podcast with your boy Joppy.
Cowboy Champ.
Y'all already know that's just Sunday, man. Not same time, same vibe, same live, doing what we always do.
Before we log out, I just want to go to because usually I was talking about like while we were preparing like India to like Russia, right?
Yes, sir.
And I'm talking about the cast. All right, just quick little educational moment right quick. The Indian caste system is a hereditary social hierarchy dividing society into what's this? Varnas and thousands of jatis, profoundly shaping social, economic, and cultural life for over 3,000 years. Historical origins. The caste system in India originated in ancient times, primarily through the Varna system, a fourfold hierarchical classification described in Hindu scriptures. So, I mean, pretty much made a historical time. It pretty much, like I was saying, has an effect over there with the hierarchy, you know what I mean, to who's the number of officials, you know what I mean, in the society, socially, economically, whatever. Pretty much, that's how they ran the system. So, speaking to you too much long winded, and I'll probably butchered up a few words. Which I know it
Definitely did.
definitely did, but it was good. But it's your boy Cowboy.
Wow. We appreciate y'all for joining at this point. Catch y'all Sunday.
Peace.